Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have another, well, first of all, little kitty disclaimer, but I wanted to show you guys some stuff that I've crocheted recently and things I'm working on, things that I crocheted in the past, and yeah, I thought it would be fun. First things first, I have this, which was actually the start of my star blanket. And then I just kind of gave up because I realized it was going to be way too much of a pain for me to keep alternating colors for every row. So this actually has been sitting on my coffee table here in the living room just because I eat in here a lot. So I always like to put something down, you know, if I'm drinking stuff or if I'm eating. So that's kind of what this is for. And this is all acrylic. So I don't put like hot coffee cups or like mugs of tea on here since it is acrylic. But, you know, anything else pretty much will work. But I just like how it looks. Then I did finish this blanket, which I showed you guys before. And I'm not going to completely unfold it because this was just done as, you know, granny square. But this was 12 skeins worth of yarn. And I think I mentioned this in the last video I posted that was similar to this one, where I said I don't recommend using the Michaels brand of like the chenille yarn just because it does tend to fall apart pretty easily. I did wash this and I did throw it in the dryer and it held up through that, but time will tell if this starts to disintegrate. You know, I don't expect it to, but you never know. All right, moving right along. This is something I made a couple years ago, and let me see if I can actually show you guys what it looks like. So this is a variation on a star blanket, and this is probably like the perfect size for like a baby, but I made a Christmas one. And what I do with this every year is I just put it on the top of my couch, you know, just to kind of make things a little bit more cozy and festive. And I had some leftover yarn the one year that had red, white, green, and then it also had blue. So I was really trying to use that up. And then I also, if you couldn't tell, decided to throw in some other colors. So there's a lot going on, but it's definitely my vibe. It's very like homey, like grandma type stuff. Then I'm going to show you guys up here. I made both of these garlands a couple years ago. And this is what my mantle looks like right now. But I made both of these garlands a couple years ago. So the one with the bells, I believe I found the bells at Hobby Lobby. And all I did was I joined them with just chains. So I just did chains and then I hooked one of the bells on there and they're all evenly spaced out. Hello, focus. And sorry. Then the one up top is the one that I love the most. That is a snowflake garland. So what I did was I did 2 rows of, well, I started with 1 row of chains and then I did a second row of just single crochet, and that was how I incorporated the snowflakes in there. I did share the video for the snowflakes before, but I will have it down in the description box for you guys, again, if you're interested. This turned out really, really cute. I should have rethought the yarn, but I was trying to use up that yarn at the time. Why is this not focusing? So yeah, I like it. I think it's cute and it's nice and festive, and it adds something. I really should have taken some spray starch to it, but I mean, whatever. I am just now getting around to experimenting with spray starch, so I will show you guys what I'm talking about in that regard in a couple of minutes. But I have been making great progress on some other stuff, and I did go to Hobby Lobby for yarn on Black Friday because I ran out of blue for my star blanket. Well, me being who I am, I picked up more yarn, of course. This is it's called I Love This Yarn, and it's like in this really nice hunter green. So I figured I would make a hat for my dad. My dad lives in Minnesota, and if you've never been there, it is cold as shit. So I am doing the band part of the hat in thermal stitch, and that way it'll keep his ears really warm. He can take it with him when he goes skiing with my brother, and it'll just be something nice that he can have. This is really more of like the color palette that he prefers. So, you know, not a bad idea overall. Then I also picked up this super bright yellow, and of course it's acrylic, but I thought this would be kind of fun to turn into like not necessarily like a desk pad, but like something to rest my keyboard on in my office. I don't know. I thought that would be kind of cute. Nice and, like happy and whatever. Then I picked up this yarn, and I think I have the cotton version of this, and I turned it into a pot holder at one point. But this is the acrylic version, and I thought I would make myself a hat out of it. It looks like funfetti cake to me, and that's like one of my all-time favorite things. So I figured it would be kind of cute to have a hat like that. And I don't know, I might do the same with this. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. All right, unfortunately, I have not made any more progress on my Moodang. I am working on the head still, so we'll get there eventually. We'll get there. But I do have about half a skein. I'd say it's a little bit more than half a skein left. So overall, not bad, but, All right, let me get this out of the way, and I'll show you guys the star blanket. All right, so I have learned my lesson because crocheting this has been a pain. And what I mean by that is not the pattern. This is why I said kitty disclaimer, because Baki's like, let me get in on that. But you better not lie down on this. Excuse you, sir. Don't you dare. Excuse you. Thank you. And I say that because, first of all, the yarn that I started with was a couple of years old already. And, you don't always remember where you buy stuff. And that is 100% a problem. So this is, I would assume, cream colored yarn from Red Heart that I probably bought from Walmart. But I didn't bother to look. And then the blue that I had was Made Smart. And that was a brand that Michaels used to carry that they do not carry anymore. So you can tell there's definitely a difference in color. I tried to match it as closely as I could. But, I mean, you can still tell there's an absolute difference. So it's kind of like the Washington Monument, where you can see the difference between the colors in the stone. Well, for this, you can see the difference in the colors of the yarn. And my cat is over here trying to destroy this blanket. But yeah, so that's unfortunate, but it's okay because it kind of looks like I meant for it to be that way since it's just a stripe. And I didn't have it end like in a wonky spot. So it's going to work out in the end. But so far I've used, this is a partial skein. So was this first blue. And then this is the first like full skein that I'm using. And I'm still not done with it. If you can see right here. Yeah, still not done with that skein. So this is actually really soft. And I would highly recommend the Crafter's Secrets Big Idea yarn from Hobby Lobby because it is super soft. Kind of pricey. It's like 12 bucks a skein. But I did get it during Black Friday. I got 2 more. So I'm hoping that's enough to finish the blanket. I might have to go back and get 1 or 2 more skeins. But we'll see. So anyways, this is turning out to be pretty nice. And I'm super excited to getting closer to finishing it because this has definitely been a labor of love. I can honestly say that I have spent more hours than I can count working on this. And the next thing that I am working on, and I told my brother, my mom about this, and they were like astounded. So if you guys know, I am a huge fan of pot holders. Well, I've finally decided to step away from making pot holders and I'm making my first sweater. So that's part of what this is going to be. I actually don't know what this stitch is called, but it's literally just a series of, double crochet. But I really like the way it looks. I will link the video that I'm following for this in the description box below. This is just a back panel. And I wanted the sweater to be like bigger than I am. So I figured that would be kind of nice, have it like really big and cozy. So I just used this really pretty dark blue. Like it's like a teal, like a dark teal. And this I found on sale on Amazon. It's just Red Heart. It's one of the super savers. But I figured this would be kind of nice. So I ordered this as like Black Friday yarn. And then I had to go back and order more because I wouldn't have had enough to finish the sweater. So we'll see how this goes because I've never made a sweater before. And I was going to start with just doing like a granny square sweater, but I wanted something that was going to be like really nice and warm. And this is actually like the pattern that I'm following is called the grandpa sweater. So I figured that would be nice. But yeah, I really love how this is looking. It's looking very nice and clean and simple and just the way that I like it. So now I'm going to show you guys some of the other stuff that I've made in the past / have made recently. Made this a couple years ago, but this is another star blanket, and I used kind of like gold colored yarn and bright yellow, and this is actually Mochi's blanket. So yeah, he's the super spoiled firstborn kitty because he has his own blankie and he absolutely loves it. I actually tuck him in with this. Yes, I am that person. And what can I say? He loves it. His brother, Baki, will lie on it. And he's also been the one that's been kind of slowly destroying it. So I have to kind of keep an eye on him. But yeah, it's cute. It comes with us when we go to my mom's house, like for Christmas. And anytime I have to take him somewhere, I bring his blankie with him. So, oh, here we go. We got Mr. Baki. Say hi, bub. Say hi. Say hi. I like to have a little bit of decor over here, like on the corner of this little, whatchamacallit. And I have had this since I moved up here to PA. I used to be so friggin' poor that I could not afford a Christmas tree. And I kind of like to keep it as a reminder of like, this is how far I've come. This was my first Christmas tree on my own. This was like from the Target dollar spot. I paid $3 for it. And this was my Christmas tree for the first 2 years that I lived up here. But anyways, this I made, I don't know how many moons ago, very long time ago, but I think I combined a couple of different yarns and I just kind of, you know, use it as like a little placemat thing, decorative placemat thing, whatever you want to call it. All right, now we get to the good stuff. So we are in my kitchen and I have a couple of like pot holders that do not have any sort of loop to hang stuff on, or I mean to hang on stuff. So first of all, there's this one. I don't even remember what pattern I used, or yeah, I have no idea what I did with this, but I did put a little flower applique on the top. This is just like a standard, you know, retro pot holder. Then we have this, which is kind of small, but this was done in Tunisian crochet. I think it was one of the first times I ever, no, it wasn't Tunisian, excuse me. This one was just back post, or I mean, you know, using the back, what am I trying to say? Hello, using the back of the stitches to get the ribbed effect. This one, however, was Tunisian crochet. So a little bit curly because I never block my stuff, but I love the way that it looks. I just think it looks so cool. Then we have another retro one and another that I did wash, but you know, it's seen better days. And then we just have a classic granny square. So, all right, coming down to the last couple of things. First of all, I have this, I guess we would call it a doily, or, you know, could use it as just like a, kind of like a partial placemat, pot holder, whatever. I made this out of, it's like meant for presents, but I found this at TJ Maxx. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to crochet something with that. So I did, and I actually used spray starch on it. And you can tell it's not very like structured, but I don't think it's too terrible. I don't know, kind of did my own thing. I didn't follow a pattern, but I like how it turned out. I mean, I think it's cute. The good thing is that I think this is cotton, so could definitely use it as like an actual like hot pad. Then, excuse me, this is something that was, well, it is in progress, but just kind of doing or trying to do like a little mini star, you know, I think I was going for like a star type pot holder. I could have sworn I made one before, but maybe I'm wrong. And then the last thing that I made is actually for my brother's cat. His name is Egg, so I thought it'd be cute to make him a little hat with a little amigurumi egg on top. So my brother is supposed to help me figure out which one of my mom's cats have a head that is similar to his cat's, so that I can properly fit it, so that when he takes it home, he can put it on the little Eggman. But yeah, isn't it so precious? But anyways, Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll talk to you on my next video. Bye, guys.